Welcome back to the Historic Nerd. Today we're going to talk about Christmas. I don't have that ringer. Oh, flip phone. My dog's phone? Oh! Really? Yeah, okay, why not? I'll do it. Alright. That sounds good. Hey dog, we just went an all-paid expense trip to BizCzarina, some Eastern European country? There's mention of a game show, and maybe a timeshare?
Papers, please. Thank you. What is purpose of visit?
The game show? I was invited to that.
Oh, game, game.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited about it. It should be pretty fun.
Last contestant almost made it alive.
Oh shit.
Attention, people of BizCzarina. The government has fallen. And that means you can win cash and valuable prizes on the all-new, all-capitalist People's Game Show. Here's your host, leader of the revolution, Bob Blini.
Thank you, Ray Tolstoy. Mashka, are you ready to play? Then let's round up some contestants.
Your contestant using the arrow keys, then press the A button. When all players have chosen, press the C button to start the show.
This isn't a timeshare. ZhadNost, the People's Party. If there was a golden age for full-motion video games, I think 1995 would have been the pinnacle of that era. ZhadNost, the People's Party, takes a strange concept and actually delivers something rather entertaining. The game is set in the fictional Eastern European country of BizCzarina, that just went through a revolution that deposed the former communist government. And the new government is a hyper-capitalist government, and the first act of its new president and the leader of the revolution is to start a hyper-capitalist game show. The nation of BizCzarina is an odd amalgamation of American anti-capitalist propaganda and 1950s American consumerism. And on top of that, it's mixed with the 1990s and its hypercolor with computer-drawn backgrounds. And you know what? I love everything about that. It's ridiculous, and it does a great job presenting that. The party game has an interesting balance of games, and the game itself has a large enough backlog that the questions and minigame content actually allows for replayability, despite the fact being a full-motion video game. Each potential character you can select has kind of their own FMV treatment, with bad acting and wonderfully mis-executed jokes. Each character has their own introduction that describes their background and kind of gives them a little bit, of an introduction to you. And also, if you pick them during gameplay, you'll be allowed to see more cutscenes of that individual, with really bad jokes included about their backstory. Essentially, each character is competing to be deported from BizCzarina and go to the United States, so that's the ultimate award. But in order to win, these characters have to match wits in a number of different games, 5 different types in total. The first being trivia, where the game asks you a series of questions and the first to answer basically wins. It's a pretty great system of questions, and the fun part is that they're really dated questions now, most of them coming from 1995. So if you don't remember 1995 like X-Men characters, you might have a hard time winning some of the trivia questions. My personal favorite is the video puzzle mode, or Yankee Stooge Cinema. Essentially, the game plays an old 1950s American propaganda video, And while it's playing, you essentially have to reassemble the video, in essence to make the image whole. It's a fun game, and I actually enjoy watching the videos a little more than actually playing the minigame, just because it's a great little window into 1950s American culture. Then there is the symbol matching game. I honestly don't know exactly how to play this or when. Basically, you have to pick 3 of these that have the most in common. So it's kind of like a really rough minigame where you almost don't know if you're selecting the right things, because you have to select 3 of these items based on whether or not they're similar in number, shape, and color. So it's kind of a rough minigame, and almost anybody's game at that point. Then there are 2 other game modes that are basically the game memory. One uses a series of pictures you have to match, and the other uses sounds you have to match. So that's kind of a little different, and actually is a little more challenging than the picture matching game. The final minigame, and what determines who wins, is the money round, where you have to basically capture as many circles as you can in the allotted time given to you. Essentially, the way you play the game is by winning each of the minigames, you collect more time to spend on the money wheel. And this stage is actually really interesting because it can really make or break the game for you. Just because you cap a lot of points doesn't mean you actually get to hold on to them, and other players can actually take those points away from you. So you have to play strategically. If you make it to the center, you can actually replay your round. Well, not replay, but it gives you more time. So if another player uses all his time capturing points, you can capture as many points as you want, and then go to the center, and then it freezes your clock. Basically, another player goes, and then you get to go again with your remaining time, at which point you run out. And whichever player has the most money at the end of the game wins the deportation prize to America and gets to fulfill their dreams. And that's ZhadNost, the People's Party. Perhaps one of the strangest party games to ever come out of the 1990s. This game will forever stand out in my mind as what was an incredibly beautiful time in FMV video game making. And I don't think there will ever be another game ever again that quite matches the absurdity of this one.
Ah, Supreme Leader, welcome back.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content, I highly suggest you come over and check out Gokado Retro Game Review, who was kind enough to lend his beautiful Latin voice and acting talents to this episode. And, if you'd also be so kind, the Console Explosion is actually doing a Christmas special. So if you'd like, a number of members of the Console Explosion are actually putting together Christmas specials and videos like that. So if you would go to this link, you can actually check out a number of the videos that are being released daily up until Christmas. So, thanks again for watching Historicnerd. Hope to see you again. You have a wonderful day, evening, or night.